Hey everybody, this is Fragger here from AchievementHunter.com, here to give you a Mass Effect 2 guide on how to beat the game on Insanity. This will show you how to beat certain missions with tricky bits in them, how to upgrade, and other things along the way. Let's get right into this. Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is play and beat Mass Effect 1. You're going to get great import bonuses for doing so, but while you're at it, make sure your Paragon and Renegade meters are all the way up. Now, moving on to beating Mass Effect 2, you want to play at least once. This is going to give you a great feel for the game, where enemies are, who you want to bring on missions. Plus, you get the long service medal. Now, next up on the whole preparation train is I'm going to show you how to set up the game so you have the optimal setup here. Now, assuming you've done both of those things that I've already shown you, this will be great to do. Well, you're going to want to do a Mass Effect 1 import. And the main reason behind this is when you import a Mass Effect 1 character, you get anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 of every resource. I'll show you later on exactly the numbers. Now, make sure you set the game to Insanity here and squad power usage to on, because the squad actually does do a very good job with managing their own powers. And you can see here, on my import here, I was a 60 full Paragon. So, I get the maximum import bonuses from being those two things. Now, on to making your actual character. You're going to want to make sure he's a soldier for the purposes of this video. Now, assuming you got everyone's loyalty, you're going to have a whole bunch of things to choose from, but you choose warp ammo, which is Jack's loyalty power. Now, that's one of the main reasons why you want to do all of the loyalty missions during your first playthrough of the game. Now, I'm going to show you how to set up your character here at the very beginning of the game, assuming you have a higher level character. Now, you want to make sure the first things you put into are your adrenaline burst. The higher that is, the better off you're going to be. Next up after that is going to be putting it into warp ammo because it does more damage. Now let's explain the import bonuses. If you bring forth a level 60 character, you get 50,000 credits and 10,000 every resource. 50 to 59, you get 7,500 resources, and 40 to 49, you get 5,000 resources. Now if that character had over 8 million credits on them, you get the rich import bonus, which gives you 100,000 credits. A great amount of credits, am I right? But if you have the Mass Effect 2 achievement long service medal, you get 200,000 credits and 5k of every resource. Well worth playing the game once just to get that bonus. That'll save your ass from a lot of mining, which is great. Now, Freedom's Progress is one of the harder parts to do in the game, simply because you're a low-end character, you don't have great weapons, you have no upgrades at all, so you're going to be very careful here. This is where having a higher end adrenaline burst is really going to help out, and if you can, just put all the points into it at first. Now, what you're going to want to do is snipe those guys, at least one of them, kill the other one, and make sure you move immediately over to here. Now, this is where it's going to get a little tricky. You're eventually going to be overwhelmed. It's almost bound to happen. You're going to fall back right here to this position. So you keep going back, keep going back. If you go over here, you should be able to snipe at least one of them, and the dog usually doesn't follow you up here, so be careful. Also, when you poke your head out, there is another mech across the way. Now, the main problem that you're going to have with this mission is fighting your very first Yimmer mech. These things will be a pain in the ass till towards the end of the game, so I thought I would show you most of how to beat this one. So what you want to do is try to put as many sniper rounds into him as possible. The final boss of the area, just keep putting bullets into him. If you can, make sure you use Adrenaline Burst. You do get a damage bonus from using it. So you want him to kind of focus on you for a bit, then eventually focus on your comrades. But the main thing you want to do is go from sniper rifle to shotgun to assault rifle. You want to use the shotgun quite a bit, especially when you're on Adrenaline Burst, because you get 2 shots out of it. And it does quite a bit of damage. You can see right now he's down to armor. We're going to speed this thing up here a bit. So just keep going around the circle, keep fighting him. Don't stay on the open too long. If you do it just right, he'll just fire a rocket at you and he'll hit the wall. Eventually, when you whittle him down enough, he'll explode. Make sure you're far enough away from your mech when they explode. They will kill you. Now, keep this in mind. Even before you get Morden, you can still buy upgrades and they apply to your character. So go to the Batarian Shopkeep on the Omega Markets, buy the sniper rifle damage, go to Ken Salvage, the Corium behind him, and grab the heavy skin weave and the shotgun damage. They're both very useful. Also, if you have the time and you want to, head on over to the Citadel and pick up the offhand ammo pack, the only armor upgrade I use, and the second sniper rifle damage. That'll be really useful in the forthcoming missions. Now you're going to get your first group of dossiers, and the first one we want to do is grab Archangel, also known as Garrus, because many reasons you'll see forthcoming. Now, on your way to go see him, you're going to bump into this room where there's a Yimmer mech. make sure you reprogram it. It will make your life a ton easier by doing this. And there's another part later on that involves it that I will talk about later. Now, the final major thing you're going to do for prep before you go get Garrus is going to be to do this Renegade Interrupt at the very end of this conversation with the Blue Sun's repairman. You do this Renegade Interrupt, it's going to cut the boss's health in half, which is very necessary. The boss is hard enough as it is. Let's make it easier. But let's enjoy this cutscene.
You're working too hard.
Now, after you fight your way up to Garrus, what's going to happen is you have a small cutscene. Well, the first thing you want to do is make sure you set your Zahid to snipe and anybody else to short-range weapons, and grab the assault rifle behind you. It's incredibly important. It's the main reason you did this first. Now, a little while into the waves of enemies, the Euromet's going to pop out. Now, this is the main reason why you hacked it. What's going to happen is he's going to turn on everybody and kill them. Just make sure you never accidentally shoot him. He will turn on you and then try to kill you. Just try to pick off as many people as you can to make it easier for the mech. Now, eventually, you're going to split up the group. I kept Zahid for myself, and you're going to be fighting down below. Now, this part is pretty hard. As I showed you there, you want to snipe the first guy while you're moving into cover, or else you're going to die. But try to keep as many sniper rounds as you can, because you'll be fighting Varen, and Varen are a pain in the ass. One adrenaline burst sniper shot will kill a Varen as long as it's leveled up. Now, only move close when it's safe. Now, you can see how hard it is to kill a Varen here. Now, eventually, you're going to be fighting a Krogan and a Vorcha. Now, what you're going to want to do is try to put as many headshots into the Krogan as possible until he gets to health. So he gets to health, go over to Zahid, tell him to concussive blast him, and whittle him down on the ground. That's one of the main reasons why you want to bring a Zahid or Garrus with you, so you have concussive blast. Now, once you're down to the Vorcha, make sure you wait until the adrenaline burst is up, pop it on, and do a moving assault on him while running to cover, because you can see how fast they can whittle you down. Eventually, what will happen is Garrus will get shot in a cutscene, and you have to fight a gunship, which is the final boss of this area. Now, you can see his health is already fairly low because of us using the Renegade Interrupt earlier, so all is good in doing that. Now, just whittle him away with assault rifle ammo, and don't forget to the left of this couch is going to be a replenishable cache of thermal clips, which will be very useful in this upcoming fight. Now, when he moves over to the right, you'll have about 3 bursts before he flies up, and then he'll drop 3 enemies. Switch to your sniper, snipe them, you know, normal stuff. He'll eventually move back to the front after you kill the 3 enemies, and at that point, you probably have enough time to completely kill it and beat this level. Then you can move on to doing Morden, which is next. Now, Morden's mission isn't too difficult, but on the way there, you're going to see a barricade here, and down there on the right is going to be your first assault rifle upgrade. Pick that shit up. You're going to need it, especially later on. Now, we're going to skip to the end of the area, for the main reason that up till there is pretty much a cakewalk. Now, once you input the cure, you're going to get a whole bunch of Vorcha going to come in. On the upper level, 2 Vorcha with rocket launchers are going to walk in. Make sure you have a sniper rifle out, pop an adrenaline burst, and don't miss like I just did. Because the main reason is a little later on, you're going to need all the sniper rounds you can, and you don't get that much more thermal clips as extra ammo, so be careful. Now, this is the area why you want to save as much sniper ammo as you can. You're going to be fighting about 5 or 6 rocket launcher Vorcha. You're going to want to kill them as quickly as possible. Just go to cover, and you'll see a whole plethora of rockets coming at me. What you're going to mainly want to do is try to get them when they're either just finishing their shots or right as they're about to start shooting. Because, you know, with adrenaline burst on, it's going to be really hard to see them past their rocket trails. So, take as much time as you can, make sure your squad mates get up, and then I'll start diverging some of the rockets away from you. Try to get headshots with adrenaline burst on, quickest way to kill a Vorcha. Now, once you're done with one side, there's going to be one guy to the left. You can leave him if you want to and deal with the guys on the lower level. But I tend to kill him anyways. I mean, why let an angry Vorcha live? So, that's pretty much it for the Morden's mission. And you can see down there, once everyone's killed, you have a great vantage point to kill everybody else. Now, once you have Morden, you're going to have the ability to do your upgrade. So, first and foremost, talk to Jacob, get the armor upgrade, then talk to Garrus, and get the gun upgrade for your ship, so you don't have to worry about those anymore. But, we're going to continue on with this at a later time here at AchievementHunter.com.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.